Yesterday, I binge watched a limited series documentary on the Vietnam War. Vietnam War has always intrigued me. I was born in 1960, so I was very young, but I was there during the Vietnam War. I watched the news stories, the death counts, all those sorts of things. It pretty much choked this country, that Vietnam War. When it first started, a lot of people were pro-war because they came out of World War II and the Korean War. They thought, yes, let's fight against communism. And that's how it started out. But as time went on, people quickly realized, why the fuck are we there? We shouldn't be doing this. People are dying unnecessarily. And then the tide started to turn and people started to be against the war. The war ultimately ended around 74, 75, actual end at that point. But who ended the war? Some people would say the Democrats, but that's not true because Lyndon Johnson basically ramped it up and perpetuated the Vietnam War. How about the Republicans? Well, not exactly. Richard Nixon comes in 1968. He says he's going to stop it, but doesn't stop it in his first term. He comes to election time, then he promises to end the war, and he does starting around 1973. The question is, who is responsible for stopping the Vietnam War? Not the Republicans, not the Democrats. It was we, the people. More specifically, young people, hippies. Now, they started protesting against the Vietnam War, and all the old people said, disregard them. They're young, they're stupid, they don't know anything. Until these kids starting to come out in huge numbers. Huge numbers. There were protests. There were riots. Yeah, there was violence. It was crazy during that time. But the people spoke out. They pushed back. And that was the reason that that war was ended. Now, the reason I bring that up is because it's history repeating itself. Here we are also in the middle of a war, a different war, but a war nonetheless, with our government attacking the people of this country. Who can we trust? The Republicans? Oh, hell no. Democrats? Yeah, I'm not so sure about that either. So maybe we need to take a page from history. Understand that we can't trust the Democrats or the Republicans to fix or win this war. So it's up to us. And what's that mean? We've got to speak out. We've got to push back. We've got to step out in numbers, big fucking numbers that they cannot ignore. That's what we have to do. We have to look back to the Vietnam War era and do what those folks did because we can't trust our government to take care of us. Just something to think about.